Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, or if you have Sagittarius anywhere else in your chart, there may be a message in here for you. So Sagittarius, to get started, I'm getting this song called Adia by Sarah McLachlan. It's a song. I just Googled it quickly. It was just in my head when I sat down to do your reading. And I haven't listened to this song in forever. I only ever listen to it when it's on the radio. Anyway, so the song I just Googled quickly is about her, like, the singer's feelings of guilt after a breakdown in a relationship with a best friend. So there may be, I feel like that message is for you, Sagittarius. So I feel like there's something where it's like there's somebody, could be a former friend or something like that, where I think they were the cause of the friendship relationship breaking down, and they're feeling guilt about that, or they're feeling sadness about that, or whatever. It's just coming through your reading today. So just take it how it resonates. That's just the one message that's coming through. There's another message coming through very strongly for you of, I don't know if this is you that this message is for, or if it's about this friend, where it's, so I'm just going to explain it. Take it how it resonates. If it's not for you, then it could be about this friend, where it's like, so there could be a situation where you or this friend is dealing with sort of like a mentor in reverse, where it's kind of like, or I feel like this person would see this figure as a mentor. I actually feel like it's not about you, Sagittarius. So just take it how it resonates. There's a mentor figure. It feels kind of like they have a parental energy or something like that. It doesn't have to be a parent, but it's someone older that they look up to, or that like they learned a lot from, or something like that, right? There was some relationship where that mentor, whoever they were like giving guidance or something to this person. However, what's coming through for you, Sagittarius, is actually like there's something where this person, it feels kind of like your friend or a former friend or whatever. Maybe you're not really attached to this person, but their energy's still tied to you in some way. It's like this mentor figure is not in alignment. They're not in alignment. That's how I would phrase it. It seems like this mentor's energy, their masculine energy, is really out of balance. So it could have many different effects. One example that was coming through was an example of parental envy. So this parent figure or mentor had this effect of like actually putting down this person's success. So if your friend or whoever this is in your life, Sagittarius, or could be you, just take it how it resonates. If this friend succeeded, this mentor would shoot them down, or would degrade them in some way, or would say something negative, or if they, I don't know, they may have even encouraged negative behavior or things like that, or it kind of feels like the guidance that this mentor would give to this person is things like to not do the things that they're passionate about, and to actually hold themselves back from things that they should actually be going towards, Sagittarius. Like, that's how it's coming through. I don't know why it's coming through your reading, because it feels kind of like you're dealing with someone like this, like you're dealing with a friend or someone. It actually feels like this relationship is not happening, or it's like it's been cut off, or like that kind of thing. But I feel like there's something about this person's actions that is really out of alignment or out of balance, or that kind of thing. It's like they don't take action when they should, and they take action when they shouldn't, right? It's out of balance. It's complete opposite of what they should be doing. And it comes from the parental envy effect. That's how it's coming through, where it's like this parent or mentor had such a influence on this person that they don't trust their own actions. They don't trust their own intuition. They don't trust like what proper guidance actually sounds like. So it's kind of like when they should take action, they don't, because they have this energy about them where it's like they don't trust their own actions, or they don't they think that success is actually failure, right? It's that kind of like really off kind of conditioning that happened with this person and their mentor, whoever that is. So I feel like it's coming through your reading today, Sagittarius, because it's having an effect on you, because I feel like there's something where it's like this person, whoever it is you're dealing with, it could be like a friend or somebody at a distance to you, is taking actions that they shouldn't, is harming them, or they're not taking actions that they need to in order to move forward. So it's kind of like it's putting you in an uncomfortable position. Anyway, so this could be you as well. So just take it how it resonates. I'm going to leave that there. We're going to pull cards for you, Sagittarius. I actually do feel like there's some sort of ending that's happening for you that's going to make your life a bit easier. That's how it's feeling. Like some sort of transition where your circumstances are going to get easier. I feel like there's I feel like there's some sort of new opportunity or something like that that's coming in for you. That's how it's coming through. But I feel like it is somehow being affected by this situation, because it's like, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of like timeline kind of energy where it's like things have to happen in a certain order. And so that might be affecting you in some way. There's some sort of like divine timing kind of energy. It's outside of your control. You just sort of have to like deal with it. That's how it's feeling, Sagittarius. So it will happen though. It will happen. Have faith. Have hope. Okay, Sagittarius, what is your energy today? What wants to come through for this reading? All intelligent tentacles. So this is a card about getting out of your head and trusting your body to do the things that it needs to do, that like your body just knows what's right. It really talks about getting out of your own head and being present in your body. So that's sort of the guidance for you, Sagittarius, which is interesting. It talks about presence as well, but the octopus, there's a lot of complexity in the octopus as well. I feel like there's also some form of like you can sort of like squeeze into tight spaces, Sagittarius. There's something about your energy where it's kind of like there's maybe like a tight space that you're in, but that you can squeeze through it. You can move through it. Okay, hold on. So if you're feeling limited or stuck, let this image inspire you to question your assumptions and be curious about the territory beyond the boundaries those assumptions define. What if there's something important here that I haven't noticed yet? And if an octopus loses a tentacle, it will grow a new tentacle in its place. If you are drawn to this archetype at a time when you feel as though you are losing or have lost a limb in your life, trust that a new limb will emerge. Okay, those are a lot of interesting messages for you, Sagittarius. So because it feels kind of like there's something where it's like you're having to squeeze through a tight space. Because the octopus, of course, like the only solid part of its body is the beak, right? So there may be something about the throat chakra that's important for you, something that you have to say, perhaps, that maybe is a little bit tricky, or like it's uncomfortable. It's kind of feeling like a rock in a hard place. It doesn't feel like there's, I don't know. It's tricky, but I feel like for you, it's saying that it'll be fine. There's something about the situation that maybe you aren't considering, or there's like a way out of a situation that feels kind of stuck, that I feel like is like creative, but will also require all of your intelligent tentacles, Sagittarius. There's also something here about just remembering to be cautious, saying what's kind and necessary, not being overly harsh. So just keeping that in mind. Okay. The self-tending fire. Okay, this is a card about like battling addictions to things, or like seeking external gratification and things like that. Like trying not to do that. So it says, be both the source and the recipient of your own energy. Direct your life force and attention inward instead of outward. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, you're being asked to focus your energy inward rather than outward is how that's coming through. Because there may be a situation where it kind of feels like, it feels like an external situation that maybe is asking for your attention, or it's trying to, like, it feels kind of like the hands are reaching for you, Sagittarius, but not in a good way. So there could be a situation where it's like, yeah, okay. So it says, pay attention to yourself now, your body, your breath, your thoughts, your emotions, your intuitions. Be both the source and the recipient of your own energies, and see how that shifts and illuminates the world around you. If you struggle with any form of addiction, this archetype can be a good support in breaking through. Addictions are not just to substances, but also to attention, stimulation, information, and can include any kind of compulsive behavior or desire. Use these techniques to shine light on your addictive patterns and the emotional needs they cover up. Okay. Use this card to help you conserve and build your energy instead of dissipating it outward. Okay. There's something like outside of you, maybe, or that maybe you're feeling compelled to like focus your energy outside of you in whatever way, and it's kind of wanting you to come back inward to focus on yourself or tending your own fire, Sagittarius. There's something like that. It could be that you're also dealing with some sort of mentor energy outside, or like seeking outside influence or outside desires or that kind of thing, things that are outside of you. So it could be something like an external gratification kind of energy. So just being conscious of that. If you do slip into that kind of behavior, forgive yourself, Sagittarius. Everybody makes mistakes. There's something here of like, you have primary nourishment as well. Making sure that you have everything that you need. But I feel like what the guidance is saying, Sagittarius, is that you have everything that you need within yourself. Okay. So you have in the land of the vanished at the bottom of the deck. Hold on, I want to use the animal deck. Okay. So there's a situation where I feel like it does feel kind of like a tight squeeze for you, Sagittarius. Like, this deck is not shuffling. A bit of a tight squeeze, but you can get through it. It feels like a tight squeeze, but also like contracting, because Jupiter right now is in Gemini, and it's still in retrograde for a couple of days, but it is going to be going direct soon. I think this week. I can't remember. Maybe it's tomorrow or something like that. It's in Gemini still, though, which is its opposite. So it's not really a favorable energy for Jupiter at the moment. And that may be affecting you, Sagittarius. So it's kind of feeling like that, like a contraction, perhaps a difficult contraction, or like something in your life feels restricted, or like you have to go inward or withdraw from something. Perhaps in preparation for some sort of expansion up ahead. It's kind of wanting you to focus, though, on inward and primary nourishment, like really simple sources of nourishment, whatever that is. It could be physical, like not processed foods, that kind of thing. It actually does feel very physical for you, especially with this energy of addiction, or your body, like what your body actually needs versus what you think it may need, like that kind of thing. It's wanting you to focus very simply, though. Okay. Sagittarius. The Tiger. This is a card of the Divine Feminine, being very comfortable in the darkness. There's ease in the darkness. It also talks to me about sacred boundaries as well. So, but it's that energy of withdrawing, right? Especially with this card, the primary nourishment card, which is a very feminine energy. So I feel like your energy right now, Sagittarius, you're being asked to, but I feel like you're also doing this naturally, is this sort of like withdrawing, tending to your own fire, listening to your body, and maintaining some pretty strong boundaries, I feel like, as well. Between you and another could be, or just in general, like doing some self-care or that kind of thing. There's a very strong protection energy around you. I feel like if there's an energy around you that's trying to get, like, it could be trying to get access to you, or something like that, that kind of energy trying to get access to you, but you're not giving them permission to do that. So if they do, there are consequences to that sort of breach in energy. So just keeping that in mind. I feel like there is something like that for you, where it's like you're maintaining a boundary, and if somebody tries to cross that, there will be consequences to that. Okay, so Sagittarius, the Phoenix, the root chakra. This is an energy of purifying and cleansing suffering. It's a card about releasing and letting go of suffering and karma and things like that. I actually feel like that's not your energy today. I'm getting kind of like an Icarus energy with that. Someone flying too close to the sun. And because of that, the wax on their wings melts and they fall to the sea. That's how it's coming through. Perhaps there's someone around, but again, this is coming through with this energy of like there's an energy around you maybe that is grasping for something, like it's like the self-tending fire, but I feel like this energy is not tending to their own fire. Whatever this is, they're not tending to their own fire, so they may be seeking external gratification or something like that, which is not serving them. actions that have been taken that should not have been taken, or not taking action when they should be taking action on something. That's how it's looking to me. I feel like on some level, Sagittarius, you're like, there's a boundary between you and this energy. Like, you're seeing this. There's some sort of root chakra, like, shake up. Okay, and the starfish, which is interesting because that's that energy of like something that's very attractive, but superficial, or that's very charming, alluring, but doesn't have substance. So pay attention to anything in your life that may be like that, where it's kind of like, you may be also releasing energies that are like that, like releasing anything that's like not a primary source of nourishment, right? Like anything that's in excess, anything that's like sort of an external self-gratifying kind of energy that's like not your true purpose or something like that. That's how it's coming through. You may be sort of like, because that might also be sort of like this energy of contraction or withdrawing, right? Like you're like cutting down on something, or squeezing through that tight space. Sagittarius is how it's feeling. Perhaps reassessing what you actually need. Okay, and you have the peacock at the bottom of the deck, which talks about inner beauty shining outward. I feel like there's also something here about, the peacock card also talks about being able to digest all experiences. There's a lot of energy here about like digestion and nourishment, right? Especially if you're like, so it doesn't have to be physical. This doesn't have to apply physically to you, Sagittarius. It could be spiritual, right? Like spiritual nourishment, what it is that you actually need spiritually. Because I feel like there's almost this sort of process that you may be going through of like getting rid of things that you don't need spiritually. Or just like cutting down on things, right? Like that kind of thing. Like just getting down to the basics or the simplest form of whatever it is that you need. Or that what actually provides nourishment. Because both of these, the peacock and the starfish, are both talking about beauty in some way. But the starfish is just outward beauty. The peacock is inner beauty that shines outward. So I feel like there's something like that you're going through. Like this process of like, is this really true? Is this really what I need? Like that kind of energy. And then cutting out anything that's not that. That's how it feels. Okay. The Himself card. I had a feeling this card was going to come out. Okay. Generally, very positive energy. It is very sexual in nature, the Himself card. But so there could be a masculine energy that you're working with or connected with, or this could be your own masculine energy. But because you have the tiger out, I feel like this is another external energy to you. But there's something here about like, okay, because there may be many different kinds of masculine energy that are outside of you in some way. Not all of them are beneficial. And I feel like you're in this process of trying to figure out what is beneficial to you versus what is harmful. That's how it's feeling. Because it's kind of feeling like, so if this doesn't have to be a person, right? This could be... hold on, let's read what it says. Because this card came out in a reading from last week. Was it Cancer's reading? Or one of the water signs where it was presenting as himself in reverse, which is this energy of like harmful. It's harmful, like really aggressive, or like ends up hurting the ones that they're supposed to be protecting. It's masculine energy that's toxic. That's when it's in reverse, right? When it's in reverse, I feel like maybe you're protecting yourself from that kind of energy where there's a masculine energy that's like really aggressive, or like if it's not aggressive, it's almost like they don't take action when they should, right? Their actions are all wrong. That's how it's coming through. Their actions are all wrong. But I do feel like there is the potential for a very positive masculine energy in your space right now. But hold on, let's see what it says. Maybe there's someone who's going through some sort of realignment of their masculine energy. Perhaps that's you as well. So this card in a reading can indicate great vitality, victory, or triumph, confidence, and power. There's leadership and ability to command, steadfastness, and integrity. Wild power held and channeled for the good of all by will. Himself speaks of protection, either the querent or someone the querent owes protection to, like a child or an elder. Acceptance of paternal responsibility is important, as are deep and committed relationships. He is the preserver of the natural world and its balances. Shamanic power may be indicated here, as well as potential for powerful spiritual healing. This card may also speak of erotic energy, passion, and potent creativity. Okay, there is a very strong, like, masculine protective energy that's coming through here. The himself card is really interesting because, again, it brings more energy to whatever's around it. So it could be more confident, more power, more vitality. But if it's skewed towards the negative, it can become more terrible, more awful, more aggressive, more negative. It could be that as well. So just take it how it resonates, Sagittarius. There is a situation like that around you. Especially with this Phoenix, it feels very strongly like a falling kind of energy. Icarus flying too close to the sun. So just pay attention to that. If that's you or somebody else, or a situation that you're in or something like that. Okay, I definitely need more cards for this himself energy. It is bringing in a lot of change though, Sagittarius. Yeah, as I was saying, Nilly's the Alchemist, which talks about change. Something is changing. Something is being transformed as well, especially with the Phoenix. Something's going through big transformation. Guardian at the gate, yeah. Another sort of like card about change and transitions. But this also comes through with a bit of like a bottleneck energy where it's like, in order to pass through this tight squeeze, Sagittarius, that's what that's looking to me like, right? Like you are this octopus trying to make a transition or a change through this tight squeeze. And I feel like it may be sort of forcing you to sort of like be really selective in what it is that you're choosing at the moment, is how it's coming through. You also have the Rar at the bottom of the deck, which is another like very powerful energy. Like it's very, this is an energy that can sweep you off your feet. This is something where it's like, it adds this sort of exclamation mark to whatever is around it. It's just this energy of pure potential and raw power. That's what's coming through for you, Sagittarius. It's very quite intense. But it's this energy again of remaining grounded, because especially with the Phoenix energy, it has the potential to sweep you off your feet or to get you to fly too close to the sun, Sagittarius, right? Like there's something like that coming through. It feels like something around you, like a situation. It could even be a relationship where it's like it feels ungrounding, like it sweeps you up your feet, like perhaps not in a good way. It could have to do with some sort of addictive behavior or things that are really like short-term gratification, but long-term has no benefit for you. Like it's very attractive, but superficial. Okay, there's a situation like that around you, Sagittarius, so just be conscious. I feel like you are. I feel like you also have very strong protection energy around you as well, because I feel like there's something here of like knowing when to act and when not to act. Or knowing how your actions may lead to your own downfall, that kind of thing. I know that's very intense, but that's what's coming through here. But I feel like you're passing through this like portal of this combination is looking to me like a birth canal. like a very powerful rebirth energy, or something is being birthed. You're moving through birth canal. Okay, the village. I feel like you are getting ready for an expansion, Sagittarius, but in order to do that, there's almost like this contraction that's happening. Which is interesting that the word contraction is coming through for like a birth process, right? There's something like that. Or like this like squeezing or pushing kind of energy. There's something like that, especially because now I'm getting this message here with the RAR. Like, okay, because there are certain hormones in the body that have this feedback system of like, they don't want it to get too high, right? You don't want certain hormones to get too high, so that if it becomes too high, there's a feedback system that lowers it, right? The RAR is the opposite of that. This is an energy that builds on each other, on it. So it keeps building, it keeps building, it keeps building. In order to go through the birth process, there's something like that, though. I don't know why it's coming through like that, or how this... There's something where it's like... especially with addictive energies, like that kind of thing, where it's like you need more and more and more to keep yourself maintaining that energy. So there's maybe something for you, Sagittarius, where maybe you want to withdraw or like cut back on something. I don't know. Because the village to me is talking about like going back to home, right? Like to the roots. Usually to me, the village feels like you're getting something that you need from home before you go out on an adventure. So that's how it's coming through for you, where it's like you're contracting or withdrawing or going inward in order to get something that you need, or get something that belongs to you before there's some sort of like significant expansion. But it feels like right now you're experiencing a contraction of sorts, is how it's feeling. So perhaps there's a lot of discomfort or pain. The mask. I'm getting a very strong energy of anonymity for this. Or theater. Or playing a different role than you normally do, Sagittarius. There may be something like that. But in putting on the mask and in embracing this role of anonymity where no one knows you, there's a freedom in that, because maybe there's some aspect of yourself that's wanting to be set free or something like that. There could be something of, especially with the starfish. I don't know. Maybe you're exploring a different aspect of yourself, Sagittarius. Maybe through a very masculine mask or something like that. I don't, because there's this energy here of like a hunter kind of energy, especially with himself and the tiger. Perhaps you're going through masculine, feminine rebalance in some way. So there is a lot of masculine and feminine energy here. Okay, Sagittarius, one more card. The crone. The crone. The water sign readings from last week might have a reading or a message in there for you with the prayer, specifically the Scorpio one, because the crone came out in that. I'm just going to pull one card from the Alchemy deck. I feel like there's a situation, Sagittarius, that around you that feels kind of uncomfortable because it keeps building. It's like this like energy where it's like it builds and then like there's a contraction and then there's a period of lull and then there's another contraction. But each time it gets more intense or it gets sort of like more uncomfortable or something like that, in order for this sort of like movement through the birth canal. I don't know why it's coming through like such a there's a lot of birth imagery through this reading today. But I feel like whoever is going through this birth process is a masculine energy. It's almost like the birth of a masculine energy. In whatever way that is, I have no idea. Okay, I'm going to pull one more card for you from the Alchemy deck. But it's a very significant change. The great work. The great work, okay. That talks about attention, devotion, doing things little by little. I'm going to read it. One sec. The magnum opus shimmers in the distance, promising purpose, achievement, and understanding. When will we get there? When will our efforts be recognized? Amidst pressure and expectations, we come to realize each alchemist's life is an accumulation of moments in which attention is placed upon a subject within the laboratory. The artist draws a single line, the poet scribes a single word, and the rose forms a single leaf. The magnum opus card reminds us that the alchemical garden grows from seeds tended to by devoted hands and the grace of sun, water, and earth. You cannot force the great work. You cannot claim it or complete it. This card arrives to whisper words of encouragement. You are in the right place, the most important place for you. This is the alchemical garden. Tend to the youngest growth. Be delicate and precise. Okay. So it's just emphasizing to you, Sagittarius, that you are in the right place. And to keep tending to whatever it is that you're tending to. I feel like you are in some way assisting a birth process to some sort of masculine energy, whatever that is for you. Could be a person, doesn't have to be though. It could even be like your own work or something where it's like you are using a lot of your own masculine energy. So pay attention to that. There may be like make sure that you are tending to your own fire, Sagittarius, in this process. Okay, I'm going to pull one card here for you from the Apothecary deck. The numbers 3 and 4 are coming through very strongly. You got 3 cards. Let go, bury, inner truth, and nourish the shadow. These are all very, these are all cards that are sort of focusing on the darkness, Sagittarius. The inner truth, though, is talking about, like, you know the truth, and answers and clarity will come when it's time. Focus on something else and it'll come to you. With the let go, bury card, there's something that you need to let go. And with nourish the shadow is paying attention to the parts of your life or an aspect of your life that is calling for your attention, that asks you to, like, nourish it instead of ignoring it. So there's something like that for you, Sagittarius. I'm going to read the let go, bury card because that one doesn't come out that much. And because of this, the energy of the crone that's here. Okay. Scorpion fly is the first on the scene when there's a corpse. When scorpion fly appears in your reading, it is a sign that there is something outmoded that no longer serves you. When we hold on to something that has died, we cannot return the energy it once had. Instead, it takes on a different kind of life. Maggots begin to lay eggs, the bacteria take over the decomposing process, and new life has a rancid smell. What thing or belief are you holding on to that no longer fulfills your purpose? What do you need to let go of and finally bury in the dirt? When we give a proper burial and goodbye to what no longer serves us, it allows the natural process of decomposition to happen. It is through this letting go that something unexpected and beautiful can germinate. In burying what does not serve you, you create space for something more profound to grow. You become stronger by weeding through what no longer is contributing to your growth. Scorpion fly's medicine shares that a new development is waiting to blossom, but you must first sacrifice and bury the unneeded that is taking up space. Trash the old and outdated. Yeah, okay. Sagittarius, I feel like you're in that process of letting go of things that are no longer serving you. So keep at it. I feel like there's some sort of important birth, new beginning process that's happening for you through this letting go. Okay. I'm going to leave it there, Sagittarius. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.